They said it was coming. We knew it was coming. And sure enough, it came. The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer dropped this morning. And dude, it's a good couple of days to be a movie fan at home looking forward to watching new trailers. Yesterday, we got the Dune 3 trailer, which was mind-boggling amazing. It was just perfection. For a first trailer that's not supposed to give you too much, for a first trailer, pure utter perfection. Denis does it again. It's going to be a Best Picture nominated thing. Cannot wait. Amazing. So today, we were getting Spider-Man. And we were getting it in one whole piece.
Nice.
Not 0.5 seconds across 95 different social media outlets. At any rate, I'm going to say this right up front to get it out of the way because I know the question is going to come. The Dune 3 trailer's better. But who cares? This trailer was great. This trailer was great because, you know, you wonder, how are they going to ease us? How are they going to kind of usher us back into the world of Spider-Man that we've been absent from for a couple of years and still make it feel fresh, not just feel like another episode, all that kind of stuff. And they did it. The way they started off with him, just kind of like they set the whole stage right off the bat. Spider-Man alone at the top of the city, you know, ruminating over the fact of what he's lost, looking at video of Ned and MJ and going out and being Spider-Man. You know, we heard coming into it that in this movie, we're re-encountering a Peter Parker who's kind of abandoned his Peter Parker side and just kind of fully embraced being Spider-Man. That's his life's purpose. We see him getting the key to the city and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Now, remember I talked a couple of months ago that what I had heard was that this was one of the main underlying things here is that Spider-Man is now literally mutating into a spider, which kind of goes along with one of the storylines in the comic books. And just the way he wakes up and he's like surrounded by his own cobwebs,
Yeah.
The organic webbing. By the way, I mean, Tom Holland's always been in good shape. He's really got himself in good shape for this. I mean, he looks fantastic.
He had a web dream there.
He had a web dream. And, you know, as they just progress through it, the quick introduction of Frank Castle was beautifully done. The quick introduction of Dr. Banner, again, perfect in a college university setting. Then what I believe was the first hint at Jean Grey, with one person being controlled to another person being controlled. Then again, it could be another villain who jumps from person to person. But I mean, I think that I'm personally guessing that was a Jean Grey reference, but that is what it is. It had action, had the great little drop-ins of the characters. Love the interaction between Peter and Frank.
Oh, it was great.
Like Frank knows Peter can take being hit by a truck.
Right.
Right? And he knows he can handle being shot with a thing he's about to shoot him with. And I love just at the end too, when he's about to swear, he's like, how do you have Frank Castle, if you watch any of The Punisher, in a PG-13 movie, and gets webbed over his mouth before he drops the F-er part of it, and just Peter's response to him, go home! And as he's swinging away, if I read it on paper, I would have thought it was corny. At the end, he says, I'm just a neighbor. Well, friendly neighbor, right? I would have thought that's corny. But then you see it play out. It's like, it wasn't corny. It was wonderful. It was delightful the way they did it. I'll tell you what, and you can feel, I want to bring this up because I know there's going to be a lot of questions about it. John Watts, who directed the first 3 Spider-Man movies, highest grossing Spider-Man movies of all time, did a utterly wonderful job of bringing a new Spider-Man to the screen just a few years after we had the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man out there. Relaunched him in a beautiful way. He did a masterful job with Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. No Way Home nearly being a $2 billion film. And he did a great job. But getting some new blood in the director's chair, probably a good idea to change things up a bit. And you can feel the DNA changes in this, right? Even the color tone.
Oh, totally.
And one of the things that I think is that this represents, I think even the look of it represents this is an evolved Peter. Like we had the Peter in the first 3, but this Peter is who he is because of those first three. And it's an evolution of the character. And what we're seeing now is it reflected even in the visual styles of it. This is a lonely, by himself, little depressed Peter that I've heard many people say is exactly the Peter Parker that I want, because that's the one that we love so much in the comic books a lot of the time. But he can only be this Peter if we have the John Watts movies for him to evolve out of, right? So I think you can totally feel that we've got Daniel in the director's chair. This one, of course, the director of Shang-Chi. You can feel his DNA in it. And I think it just felt like a very organic but necessary evolution from those other three movies. So I thought the tone was great. I love the color palette. It actually feels like Spider-Man is not swinging through a version of New York City. It feels like Spider-Man swinging around and hanging out in New York City, not a version of it. You know what I mean?
I love this shot.
Yeah, it's
That was great. Scorpion looked great. I was surprised. I think Scorpion looked great. And then, of course, Rob, we're going to get to the part. I won't elaborate too much because I know you're dying for it. Ninjas.
dude.
Not just
There's
ninjas.
one shot in this trailer that's the most epic ninja shot ever.
Dude, the outfits of the ninjas, the whole bit, the narration going on. I mean, again, because I know I'm going to be asked 1,000 times. Yes, I do think the Dune 3 trailer was even better because that thing just blew my mind and my soul. But this trailer's great, man. And it's just nice to see and feel, because it's been a long time, like Marvel might be firing actually on all cylinders again. We had a great Thunderbolts, a very good, I think, Fantastic Four. Daredevil looks fantastic. Wonder Man was incredible. And now we get this trailer. And I got to tell you what, man, I'm starting to feel that enthusiasm again. I'm starting to feel it again. And it's been about 6 years since I felt it. And this trailer just kind of gave me that rush, dude. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Factor. Hey guys, you know how it is. Between the daily live show, tracking the latest box office numbers, and planning our next movie meetup in the van, my schedule gets absolutely hectic. Now, somewhere between the first warm weekend and realizing short season is getting close, eating well stops just being optional. Factor is how we stop letting a busy schedule be our excuse. They provide fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. I had their smoky Gouda mac and shredded beef after a long editing session last week on that Spider-Man Rights video I did, and it was amazing. So whether you're looking for calorie smart options or the new Muscle Pro collection, which is perfect if you're getting back into a workout routine, they have 100 rotating weekly meals to keep things fresh. And the best part? They are always fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes with zero prep and zero stress. I love it, and I think you will too. So head over to factormeals.com/Campea50off and use the code Campea50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. Anyway, man, you had a chance to watch the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. What did you think of it?
Well, since they've introduced Spider-Man into the MCU, I never felt Spider-Man actually got his due. Because when we first met him in Civil War, he was irrevocably tied to Tony Stark from the very beginning. Because Tony Stark exposed him, walked in, you know, he was there waiting for Peter, and hey, I need you on my team. So we've never, and then with No Way Home, you have the other Spider-Man, and it was kind of a gimmick. When I watched this trailer, I thought, because I've often thought that they should have made a movie called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and bring him back to his roots. And I watched this trailer and I'm like, this is the exact, I mean, this is the recreation of the cover of Amazing Fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much in this trailer. I'm like, finally, a Spider-Man movie. Now it's populated by people from the MCU that we know, but everything feels Spider-Man related. He has he's got a health issue, clearly, about whatever is mutating, whatever's going there. He's got identity issues and the fact that nobody remembers him. He's dealing with his own neighborhood. I mean, he's fighting with Frank Castle. Who knows what's going on there? It felt like for the very first time, we are getting a Spider-Man character study. And we're going to see all of his travails on every level of his life. and he's got problems he's got personal problems, and he's got neighborhood problems, and he's got existential problems. And I'm like, this is awesome. And that's what I thought to myself, my God, this now looks like an adult movie about Spider-Man that I've wanted to see for the entire time Spider-Man's been in the MCU that I haven't gotten. Because I always felt like Spider-Man was not his own man. He was at the whims of the story that was being told, and the stories were external. They weren't driven by Peter Parker himself. And it's ironic because this seems like it is, and yet nobody remembers who Peter Parker even is, which to my mind makes it even that much more interesting. So I looked at this trailer and I'm like, wow, this looks like a great superhero story, but it also looks like a great character piece that showcases Tom Holland's Peter Parker. And I love it. Can't wait. Love it.
I'm not quite sure what else I could have asked for. And I mean, I guess the one glaring thing is they showed us Frank. They showed us Bruce Banner. They didn't show Sadie Sink. And if you remember, in that leaked version that came out, that was a lot of similarities to this one, but also very different. That one had some Sadie Sink in it. And they've made the decision right now to kind of cut that out, which I thought was interesting, especially considering the fact that they did decide to show us Frank and they did decide to show us Bruce and yet not show us Sadie Sink. Now, I'm still 100% in the camp that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. Like, I mean, that's what I think a lot of you guys at home guessed as well. It's what I guessed. Then we heard some insiders saying that actually it turns out she is going to be Jean Grey. Mutation is going to be a key underlying point of the film, with not only Peter's mutation as a result of Spider, but mutations as a whole is going to be a problem for what's the name of the organization? Not
the Hand.
No. The government organization is just in Wonder Man.
Oh, Damage Control.
Damage Control. I think that's going to become maybe a thing for them. Yeah. So I think that's in there. Was there anything else missing from the trailer that maybe you thought they would show us and that we didn't really get a glimpse of?
Well, we don't know what the overall threat is, or is there an overall threat?
Oh,
I mean,
sure
there's a lot of different threats. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. We got ninjas, we got villains, we got Frank Castle, we got all this stuff happening. And I'm curious as to, and then of course, Peter's own mutating body. I mean, I don't think anything was missing. It just made me intrigued about the film. I mean, it certainly got me on board.
Which of these three? I'm curious. Which of these three were the moments that I have three examples of ninjas? There's this.
Not this one. It was the one where they're all like
this
between the buildings.
Yes, between the buildings.
Oh, this was a great shot.
I love this one. It was
awesome.
So like samurai, where he's just there focusing and then he stops it.
I love these. That's
shot.
it. That to me, that says it all.
Yeah,
that shot is so great.
I'm like, come on. You know, this is the define. When someone asks me, "What's your deal with ninjas, dude?" I'm like, I'm going to show them this picture.
They must be wearing some Air Jordans there, man. They got.
Oh, they're getting some lift.
Yeah,
but the outfits on those ninjas, like, don't get me wrong, I like a good classic Sho Kasagi black ninja outfit. For those you know,
a little bit of Dancing Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, a little bit of that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Crouching Tiger, not Dancing Tiger.
That's my movie.
Yeah, Dancing
I'm gonna
Tiger.
make Dancing Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Man, Zhang Ziyi. She was my celebrity crush for a bit. A little bit of Zhang Ziyi in there. Anyway, but yeah, those outfits look amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And it's gonna be now I can't wait. You know what? Here's the good thing. Them waiting until 4.5 months out from when Spider-Man comes out to drop the first trailer means we don't have to wait too long to get the second trailer. I'm honestly thinking within about a month, we're going to get the second trailer. And then probably about a month and a half after that, we'll get the third and final one. So we don't have to wait too long to get a little bit more. And at some point, but here's a question for you, Rob. You know, even though, you know, we had Andrew Garfield, we had Tobey Maguire in the last one. They never put either of them in the trailers. By putting Frank and Bruce in this trailer and not showing Sadie Sink, do you think they made the decision that they're just not going to put her in the trailers? Or do you think they're just saving her to have like a specific Sadie Sink, Jean Grey trailer with the Spider-Man trailer? What do you think they're going to do?
I think that they wanted to hold stuff back to not blow their wad.
All in the first trailer?
All in the first trailer. So there's more. I mean, the Sadie Sink storyline, that's a whole different storyline. And how is she going to interact? It gives them something to put into the next trailer. That's something we haven't seen before, rather than just showing us different versions of the same stuff. So I think that was probably pretty interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we see other people that weren't in this trailer either.
All right, guys. Question is for you. The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer has finally arrived. What did you think about it? I thought it was fantastic. I'm so excited for it. Whatever you guys thought about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.